Brydon, 19 wickets in the day, something happening every ball, it felt like. Can you take us inside what it's like to be in the middle of all that happening, what the emotions of the day?
Yeah, look, obviously an unbelievable day of Test cricket. I think everyone that came to watch today was thoroughly entertained. I think at the halfway mark, Stokesy kept it quite simple, and he said we got 50 minutes before tea, and I thought the way that Gus and Jofra started was phenomenal, and we carried that into the afternoon session. I thought we were quite relentless as a group of seamers, and Ben rotated us well.
Is this everything you thought Ashes cricket would be?
I was probably coming into the unknown this morning, but the atmosphere was unbelievable, and to see so many English fans there singing throughout the day was pretty special.
What did you guys as a bowling unit sort of say to each other when you've got 172 runs on the board, not tons to play with, but you would have known you had to be bang on today? Yeah,
definitely, and I think that's, again, like I just said, the way that them boys started with the new ball and then everyone else to follow. Our group of bowlers, I think we bounce off each other. We all have slightly different attributes, and keeping it relatively simple, I think that's stood us in good stead today.
George, please.
Did it seem that Australia were a wee bit rattled by what was going on, the pace that was directed at them?
I think when you have Mark Wood and Jofra Archer in your lineup, that's always nice bowlers to have. Look, there was pace and bounce throughout the wicket, throughout the day, especially when the ball was still slightly new.
Can you talk us through the wickets that you took? It must be particularly pleasing to get an opener. I know there wasn't opening, but caught by a bouncer that reared like that. That must be particularly satisfying for you.
Yeah, very satisfying. They are two really high-quality players in their side. But again, just trying to keep it as simple as I could and stick to the strengths of what I have to offer to the team.
Gibbo, Will, and then we'll do AAP.
Brydon, you said that Ben said you got a 15-minute window there before the break to make an impact. What was his mood like in delivering that? Having got 172 on the board, obviously it's not a big score. How did he get his messaging across? Always
positive, always full of enthusiasm, and really, really simple messaging, and that's the way that he always has dealt with the side.
With 172 on the board, you might be a dressing room that fell down. Obviously you look forward to this series. Was there any sort of sense of that amongst the rest of you?
I think the Australian side came out and bowled well after lunch. It's a massive outfield square. And I think at lunch we said, 100 for 4. It's probably more like 150 with the amount of running between the wickets that the guys had to do. So, look, it was probably under par, but again, the way that we've come out and bowled in that afternoon session has put us in a decent position going into tomorrow.
Well,
Brydon, you're a guy who kind of likes to get yourself into the battle and kind of a bit of confrontation with the opposition. Can I ask you kind of what the incident with Marnus was about, and sort of did you intentionally go after him?
Wouldn't say intentionally. I don't even think there was that much said between us.
AAP, Louis, Stefan.
With Swaji not being able to go out and open, what sort of opportunity did you guys see as a team that presented, and how much did you talk about that going into?
I don't think we really even realised it. Come the start of the innings, it obviously was probably more unsettling for the Aussies, but yeah, we didn't really think about it too much.
How about your battle with Steve Smith? You might have got him with a ball if he came wider on the crease. Just can you talk through your thinking with that, and also how much of a bonus was it to be bowling at him with a much newer ball than what you probably expected to?
Yeah, good. I think as a group of bowlers, we discussed, to a couple of their right-handed batters, trying to use the crease, trying to go close to the stumps and slightly wider at times, and yeah, obviously really a nice feeling to obviously get him out with a plan that we had put in place.
Stefan?
When we spoke to Ben a couple of days ago, we sort of said to him that there are a lot of players in the squad that haven't played an Ashes Test or in Australia before. He said he wasn't sure what he was going to say to you the morning of the game. Can you just take us inside the dressing room this morning, how Ben addressed you and what the mood was like in there?
I think the lead up, the last couple of days has been exciting and nervous for a lot of players as well, which I think is good. But yeah, the messaging hasn't changed, throughout the build up to this game. And Ben has said in the media before that it's been a long time of preparation for this, and yeah, everyone has just been really excited to get going.
What's it like? We've been told for a long time that Ben and Brendan wanted to get this group of fast bowlers together specifically for this mission. What's it like at the end of today when a plan has come together, albeit only one day into the season?
It's a great start, and like I've said before, the group of 6 or 7 fast bowlers that we have, we all offer different skills and attributes, and hopefully leading into tomorrow and throughout the rest of the series, we can complement each other well.
And then we'll finish with Dan in the corner.
G'day, Brydon. Just wanted to ask you used that word relentless earlier. Like, how much of a focus has that been, that as a collective you're going to, I guess, keep at the Australians with the type of bowling that we saw this afternoon, that kind of pace, getting some bounce, getting some seam, and not letting up, I suppose?
It's just a collective messaging throughout the group, and everyone's 100% buying into that, and we're never going to shy away from that. And again, like I said, hopefully that relentlessness and passing the ball over to one another and sticking to what we want to work towards as a group of seamers will pay us in good stead.